Hey there, Libra. Welcome to a tarot card reading where we are going to be looking at your entire month of April, the energies for April. Bearing in mind that I have already done your week by week Libra reading on TikTok where we look at every single week in the month of April. So for this reading, I thought I would do something a little bit differently and just see what your main theme is going to be. What's the main event or energy that you're dealing with in this particular month? I'll tell you what, this looks like financial situations and needing to balance and save your money. Not surprised, a lot of Libras are dealing with career concepts, travel concepts. So seeing this much of a pentacle energy, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, I feel like it feels a little fitting. I'm not sure exactly, by the way, what is happening with my camera. It's doing some kind of a weird glitchy thing. Very strange. We'll try to work with it though. All right, let's start off by talking about the 7 of Pentacles in the reversal here. Now, the 7 of Pentacles in traditional tarot is what's called the card of the money tree. It is a gentleman who takes time and patience to nurture what it is that they are trying to accomplish in their career, in their education, with their bills, with the things they're trying to sell. But in the reversal position, although it does insinuate that some money will come in, it is specifically known to Arthur Edward Waite to be a card where you organize things in terms of lenders. The kind of situations you deal with when you are accessing credit and dealing with financial institutions so that you could borrow money, or dealing with people in a position of authority or family members when you have to borrow money. Because it can indicate a bit of a loss that occurs, but it's not a complete loss. 7 of Pentacles means that you can get the assistance that you need to organize things in a certain way, which assists you by virtue of dealing with credit cards, programs, grants, bursaries, again, lender situations, borrowing, that kind of stuff. So just putting that out there. And I think it's also interesting that the 7 of Pentacles being a card of organizing with money and the 4 of Pentacles being specifically a card about saving and budgeting, it tells me that in your month of April, that is what you are doing. Now, many of you already know this. I know I'm doing this reading for you in the month of March, but if you're planning on doing something, like if you have some kind of an investment you're dealing with, or if you have, a big purchase that you're dealing with, a car situation, buying a house, doing some travel, whatever it is that you're planning, you may already know that April is that time where you are about to lock the heck down because you don't potentially have as much money as you need, and you need to organize it like crazy so that you can make sure that you don't deal with a tower moment. I do like that the tower moment is in the reversal position because it usually insinuates that difficulty with money already happened by the time you got into the month of April, and you're kind of establishing the picked up pieces of any lack or slack that you dealt with financially in the time prior. Because again, with the 4 of Pentacles, you are saving what you have, right? So you do have something. The 4 of Pentacles is a good indication that you do have something, but you need to not spend your money. You need to budget. Now, I do want to mention that for some of you, the Pentacles, as we know, are a lot to do with finances and career and crossing your T's and dotting your I's with contracts. And it's all very financial sounding. But remember, a Pentacle is what you value as it shows up in the outside world around you. Some people, I've said this in many readings, some people value money. Other people value things like a Lamborghini or a house. Other people value love. Like love isn't just a word. It shows up in the form of people in your 3-dimensional world. So whatever it is that you are dealing with, think that area when it comes to balancing things out or holding on to things. And if it is love and relationships, then again, there may have been some kind of a loss that you had at some point and you are holding on to that circumstance. If there was a tower moment in the realms of love or the situation that you value like that, you may be finding that in the month of April, you're having a bit of an inability to let go of the situation. I also say that because this card here, the Page of Pentacles, is traditionally a gentleman holding on to a coin. And in this traditional card, the Seven of Pentacles, he's holding on to his plow that he uses to plow the field. So that's 3 cards technically about something you are holding on to, not willing to let go of. And then we've got 1 card of balancing that dynamic. And technically the Temperance card in the reversal is a card of balancing things out. So that's 2 cards now about you really needing to balance something. So April for you guys is balancing time. Now, I'm a little bit interested at this Tower moment here. So I'm just going to take my deck, my Animal Oriens deck, and let's shuffle a little bit more. Let's see what else we can learn about the potential of finances or the potential of this tower or whatever it is that you're having to balance. Because it's not all like super yay. Like sometimes you balance really good, and I like to see those kind of energies showing up in a reading. If you balance good, wicked, you know. But if you're balancing it and it's like getting the best of you, then I kind of want to dig into that. Okay, the Tower moment, the 5 of Swords dynamic. That it's definitely a loss of some sort that happened with that Tower moment. 5 of Swords is usually a loss between people, having to battle through something. What else do we have here? The Star card in the reversal. It left you feeling hopeless, or in the month of April, if it happens in the month of April. I don't think that's the case, though, because the Tower's in the reversal. Then it was directly connected to some kind of a wish that you wanted. Like trying to get something and it wouldn't pan out. And the Star card is when you feel a sense of hopelessness about that topic. But the neat thing is that the Star card means you shouldn't be feeling hopeless about it. There's actually a promise of a wish fulfillment in the future for you. And yet you have this feeling of hopelessness. Let's look at the 7 of Pentacles here. The Queen of Swords. Again, we're stepping out of the territory of Pentacles and money and finances. And we're stepping into the world of grief and difficulties. Whatever, if you're like spending money or if you're dealing with your lifestyle in a way here, it could be that you're using your finances or your situation of purchasing items, or even if it's sometimes people get courses and education or certain jobs to deal with the griefs that they've had. Just be careful with that, because the Temperance card can act as an emotional imbalance of somebody not being necessarily grounded. And they're using the outer world of the Pentacles to deal with that pain and ungroundedness. Like being really depressed and all of a sudden needing to, spend a bunch of money on food. Or spend a bunch of money on travel. Or quickly moving and very quick decisions with money because there's something going on with what's within you. So that you're almost compensating for it. It feels like that. I wish this was like, yay, you won the lottery. I wish it was a really good financial energy. In the future it will, because the Star card is here, but in the present position of April, there's difficulties. And the 8 of Wands is here also in a certain dynamic that kind of discusses not hitting a target of some sort. And when you have this goal, and maybe that's why things fell through at some point. You had this goal, it didn't really work out. There was a lot of wobbly. The word wobbly I use specifically because the Temperance card, she's got in traditional tarot 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the earth. If she's not stepped on the earth or the water effectively, she becomes off balance and she wobbles, right? And this archery energy, the arrows that come in with the 8 of Wands, that can give you a reason to feel like you're out of balance, because that 8 of Wands is like you trying to hit the bullseye of your project or your goal. And when it doesn't happen, it throws you off balance a bit. Let's see what else we can get here. Some of you, it was love or relationships or friendships. This is platonic also. So family circumstances. So I feel like now we're like describing why you went off balance, why it is that you have some kind of grieving. Like the Queen of Swords is a deep sense of grief. It's not an easy one. Like there's something deeply within you that is like baked in sorrow. And it looks like to some degree you're taking it out, not taking it out on in a negative, like you want to beat something up, but you're using a compensation method here. You're trying to plant a seed with the Page of Pentacles. Plant a seed in your life, but you have to be careful where you're planting that seed. Are you planting something fruitful? Are you going to benefit from whatever purchases you're making? I think you will in the end, but I think for now, there's a little bit of wiggle wobble. Let's see what the outcome is with this wish card. Let's kind of keep this for a moment here in the center or the heart of the reading, and then I'll leave you off. What's with this future wish? I anticipate this is after April because it's come up in a future position here. What's this wish? The World card. A new circumstance. This is the ending, which means like ending of something, ending of pain, ending of a location, ending of a job, whatever it is. You want to put something in the past behind you so you can go off on a new venture. Also, if it's not a metaphoric venture like a new job or, you know, a new partnership, then it could actually be physically connected to the world, like travel. Redoing something. Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is when... Oh, okay. It's when you tried to do something and you had to work at it a little bit later while you wiggle wobble. And then later on down the road, you figure it out. It's about redoing something, but it's usually, they call it the false start. Like stuff, like as an example, if you had a house that you were selling and it didn't sell and you were like, shit, I'm so off balance now. I feel so worn out with this house situation. Later on down the road, it's going to sell. Ace of Wands puts you in the position of redoing it again. If you're like, oh my God, I wanted to pay this bill and then it mucked up and you didn't get to it, don't worry, you will. The wish fulfillment is here and you're going to get a reattempt at something a little bit later down the road. I'm going to leave you guys off with that. Many blessings to you. And if you're interested in a private reading, feel free to get a hold of me at the link in my bio. And remember, on my TikTok, I have already uploaded the April week-by-week readings for you guys in both life and love. I will leave you off with that. Thank you for joining me here, and ciao for now.